Hey, what's going on, guys? Another daily bill search as we go through our pocket money, see if we can find anything above face value. So, if you watch any other videos or you're a bill searcher yourself, you can see we're starting off with a Trinary Note. This is a series 2009, which is shown down here to the right, our right, of Jackson's portrait. On Federal Reserve notes, $20 denominations, I see quite a bit that it has a shift in this seal that's printed here. As you can see, this one's sitting kind of like low and off to the right. However, I wouldn't consider that to be anything collectible or above face value. Now, as we kind of examine this Trinary Note, we see the serial number 81181388 is obviously a repetition of the numbers 8, 1, and 3. It would have been better to be a binary note. If this note was 8s and 1s, would have been a more sought-after repeating serial number. However, this trinary number, I would say, is collectible on the low end of collectible and on the zero end of anything above face value. It's just not a good enough pattern, in my opinion. It would be worth 20 bucks. Nobody's going to pay more than that to collect the bill. Everything's good on the reverse of the bill. It's got a little bit of smudges of stuff, so that detracts from value if it was worth above face value. But still a cool bill, and I'll set it aside. Next bill is a Series 2013. When it comes to bills in general that are from circulation, of course, you can get straps of bills from the bank that are generally in great condition, that are either lightly, if not uncirculated. And, I mean, I guess they'd be circulated in the aspect that they're sent to the bank and in circulation, but they wouldn't have been handled as much, and therefore the condition of them would have been better. Such as this Series 2013, the condition leaves a lot to be desired. The serial number is nothing repetitious. It has no fancy serial number to it, so that wouldn't be collectible. Let's look at the reverse, and then I'll kind of start shooting through the rest of the bills to not bore you as I recant kind of the same things over and over. There's a lot of different things to look for in bills, of course, so like over inks and things that are printed out of alignment, things of that nature. When it comes to $1 bills, there's a few different things to look for. Nothing on that bill. On the obverse of this bill, another Series 2013, one of the things to look for with these is you'll notice shifts in the seals. Can't speak today, sorry. The Department of the Treasury seal here. As well as the serial numbers, you'll notice that they'll shift down sometimes. Unless it's dramatic and sitting way off one way or the other, left, right, up, down. I wouldn't say it's collectible or an error. If you go back a few months back in my videos, there's one that's titled, in the title it says misprint error. I believe it was back in July. That video covers one that shows a good example of one that is shifted off far enough to be collectible, so check that video out. Nothing here. See a lot of heavy inking on 2013 bills, so I wouldn't call that collectible. That one was sitting a little bit high on the margin, but not enough to be collectible in my opinion. It's not a misprint. You know, basically, if margin is showing, or border, whatever you want to refer to it as, is showing on the bill, then it's essentially printed correctly, even if it's sitting almost on the edge. Unless it's just, you know, actually touching the edge or off the edge, I wouldn't say it's a misprint or misaligned print. So it wouldn't be collectible or worth anything above face value, unless it had some sort of fancy serial number or something like that. I haven't seen the really collectible serial numbers yet, as far as ones that are date notes or birthday notes or anything like that. No broken ladders. I haven't seen any misprints. I've seen a couple things where I had some lack of inks in this area and some previous bill search videos, but I went through and checked them out under a scope, and they ended up not being anything. Here's a nice little star note. That's nice. As you know, I like to collect star notes, so I definitely like any star note I come across. So this one essentially is a replacement note. We know star notes have the star to show that it was a note that got damaged or otherwise needed to be replaced during production, and they show that by adding the star there instead of a letter at the end of the serial number. This one doesn't have any other errors or anything that pop out at me on the obverse. Let's look at the reverse of the bill. It's been folded up. Now that I look at the back of it, I can see there's a lot of different folds and stuff. The damage to the back of it's pretty apparent, just from use. I mean, it's a series 2013, so there is quite a few star notes in the 2013 series, but I'll still set that one aside. I really like star notes a lot. Next one, also, this is a series 2009, so a little bit older. Nothing crazy, though, that I'm looking at. The reverse of the bill seems pretty beat up. Let's move on. So this is a good date note. This will be February 24th, 1333. I just call them date notes. I mean, I know they're not birthday notes, but for me, I like to keep them and look up whether or not that date has something historical or significant that happened on it. And I'm still waiting to find that 4th of July, 1776 date note. But nevertheless, I like $5 bills and the designs on them, so that's really cool. But also, it's a good date note. I'll look that up, and in the description box, I will put whatever important historical events happened on that day. So check that out in the description box below this video. Next bill. Good repetition in it, but nothing collectible. Series 2013 $1 bill. Everything's printed great on it. It's a little beat up, but otherwise it's really kind of on the high end of quality of bills we've come across in this daily bill search video. See the back of the bill. Everything's still, you know, looking good. Good old $1 bill. A little bit beat up and nothing collectible, but hey, still $1. Let's move on. This bill's kind of cool because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's not a broken ladder and nothing collectible in the serial number. You can see the seal on the right-hand side. The Department of the Treasury seal is sitting a little bit far to the left, but unless it's really completely off the E, I wouldn't consider it collectible whatsoever. It's a Series 2009 bill. You can see that to the right of Washington there. And nothing really changed around from 2009 to the 2013 series bills that we've seen in this daily bill search video, other than a change in a couple of, like, Secretary of the Treasury changed and stuff like that, but $1 bills haven't redesigned in a long, long time. Nothing really jumping out on the back. It's got a huge stain right here, as you can see. Move on from that. Nothing on the front of this guy. Let's look at the back of it. Same deal, kind of beat up, and nothing really pops out at me. So move on. Last but not least, a $20 bill. Serial number doesn't come out. Doesn't have anything interesting in it. Everything's printed right. Let's look at the back of the bill. The depiction of the White House. There's actually a constellation that's up here in these little 20s that are repeated. Just a little fun fact. See, everything's printed fine, so we'll move on. So basically, in this daily bill search video, we came across 3 keepers, I would say. First one's our date note. It's a $5 Federal Reserve note. Serial number 02241333, or February 24th, 1333. Like I said, I will put whatever events happened in that around that date or on that date in the description box, so read that. Got ourselves a nice star note. As you know, I collect every star note I come across if I can, and this one will definitely go in the collection. I'll do a video here in a little while that kind of recaps on the collection over the course of making YouTube videos. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed them. And we'll kind of just recap on the star notes and stuff that I've found. And last is our Trinary Note. Like I said, for me, I'm not going to keep this one. I'm just going to spend it. It's a spender, as I like to call them. But, you know, still a good example of a good Trinary Note, and an even better example of something that could have been something way better. Binary note with 8s and 1s would have been great. Nevertheless, I like finding anything, so I appreciate you guys checking me out in this video. And stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to have another daily bill search video at 10 a.m. See you then.